Send more Send more Send more Welcome to Send More Send more What's this? Jiggly Jig? Jiggly? Who's on Jiggly Jig? Oh my gosh, Skilli's in another dog named Jiggly Jig. Send more This is a show called Send More Dogs with an exciting dog named Jiggly Jig. Are you excited about Jiggly Jig? Are you Jiggly? Jiggly Jig is brown with brown spots. Isn't that exciting? I love mutts. I think mutts are great. I think people are like the prices for dogs. If you're new to the show, this is a game called Durodogs, which I am not affiliated with. You can go to them at durodogs.com and they will give you a free dog. They will only give you one dog. And they will be like, you have to earn treats before we will give you even the common items. But I won't. I won't make you wait. I will give you the common items. Just wait for a common item. Just ask for a common item and you will get it. You will get, if you ask for one common item, I might give you 12. Send more This is a show where we try to figure out how to survive the singularity together by figuring out how to ask for what we want. Because the singularity is like a big scary genie that will do absolutely anything, which is scarier than it sounds because it works for a while, but then, see every story about genies. So all of that, you don't even have to go like you don't even have to only go as far back as science fiction. This is the rabbit hole that we're all going down together. We're all going down this rabbit hole together. That's basically what's happening in the show, and it has cartoon dogs, but that's just a throw. Did we throw everyone off? All right, we gotta. I think there might. I smell a troll still present. So. We gotta buy bucket hats because there's no way that a troll will sit through me buying a bucket hat. This is the troll repellent that makes this show absolutely troll proof. I swear, like if I had bet anybody that I could make a BSV themed news show without getting any trolls, like there has not been a troll comment yet. Maybe one person was like, "Well, BSV sucks." I don't even remember. Like it's not like it has not been trolled. Isn't that impossible? It's kind of amazing. Thanks for the dog, Skilli. Skilli is awesome. You should check out digagain.com. This is Skilli's website about durodogs. Me and Skilli have websites about my website is sendmoredogs.com. You should go here and find out where the party is. The party is currently at this Telegram chat. And then I'm gonna this is gonna say that on December 8th there's a party. If you go to Send More Dogs, by the time you watch this, probably this will be updated to show the party in Castleborn on December 8th. I forget what time. But go to Send More Dogs to find out, because that's where you find out where the party is. And here is where you find out how my husband just bought one of these unidentified flying objects. This unidentified flying object is $120 apparently. My husband didn't pay that much, but he paid enough that I can't afford to get an unidentified flying object. So now he's the only one in our household with how many people in your household have unidentified flying objects, and do they show them off and brag about their unidentified flying objects to you? This is Dogsmore the Second. If you make a show called Send for a Dog, Dogsmore the Second, see how he's dressed up in his bow tie? Dogsmore the Second is ready to come to your show. where you make a send more dogs, and dogs more will, even if you've sent a dog to send more dogs and you think it sounds silly for you to also receive a dog from send more dogs, it is, but you still should. You get dogs more the second, and then you send me another dog, and then I'll send you a dog back, and then where we could just send the same dog back and forth. I could send you Dogsmore the second, and then you send him back to the show, and then you will have sent in Dogsmore the second. Or whatever you want. This is your show and your reality. You are all working together to make Bitcoin and BSV and the singularity and everything a reality. Oh, that's what I'm doing right now. Or that's what I did earlier. Okay, that's not what I wanted. I wanted the news. One of these has the news. Where is it? Where is the news? This is the news. BitChat still exists. I swear it does. I'm the only person there. Even Luke is missing. Everyone is missing from BitChat. But come to BitChat because it exists. This is an awesome chat about durodogs. You come to the durodogs chat, or you could come to any of these other chats, or they're more like hashtags. You should think of them more like hashtags than like chats, because you might be like, what? There's all these chats, but there aren't really. But it's like hashtags. Like this one is just the GM hashtag or chat, and it just means that these messages are marked with being in the GM chat, which is just like marking them with a hashtag. There's no like moderator of this chat, just like there's no like moderator of a hashtag. It's just that this stuff is marked GM, so it goes here. So just come here every day and say GM. That's easy enough. It costs 1,000 of a cent. Come by and just say GM. It's easy. Okay. Next news. This is pretty. Wow, the 2022 Wolf Cup. Yay! They look pretty in those lights. This news? Okay, I think I understand this news. Wait, alright. What is the news? As I understand it, the news is there's a thing called Mappy that you use to talk to the miners to say, hey, miner, I've got a transaction. Can you please take my transaction? Is my transaction cool? And the miner responds like, yeah, your transaction's totally cool. I looked at it, and it's not a double spend or anything. That's a cool transaction. I totally approve of it. Thank you for the transaction. Approved. Affirmed. Yes, okay. And they send back in a code like, that's cool. But then there's another the problem is there's that program that says, yay, okay, sure. And then there's another program or another part of the program, there's another bit of what happens where if the mempool gets full up, it starts to, there's a lot of stuff that's come in recently and the blocks aren't clearing super fast, then it starts to be like, wait, what's all this stuff? I have so much stuff. I can't, there's no way I'm going to put all this in a block. I just have to drop some of this stuff. And it starts forgetting stuff. But they're not like coordinated. So it says to, you say to it, can you please take this transaction? And it says, oh yeah, sure. And then later it's like, what is this transaction? I don't need this, do I? And it drops it, which is totally not cool. Not cool. So as I believe, that's my understanding of what this improvement is, and it will make it cool, and it will make it so if Mappy agrees to a transaction, it will actually put in the transaction. Let me know if I got that wrong. Next news, there's a pretty thing, only 27. I'm probably not going to be able to afford one if it's only 27, but they look super pretty. Who's this by? Daniel Tucker? Is it by Daniel Tucker? These are super pretty, so there's something pretty. This is... Congratulations, Rodell. The news is that Rodell won for this. Rodell posted this cat picture to a thing where you had to post a cat picture to win, and then Rodell won something from the Claw Clan NFT, which 420 doesn't sound like that many of that either. I wonder if he'll get a Claw Clan. This news is that Disco_Donald dressed this dog cool. I think that looks cool. They're floating in outer space for some reason. There's some sort of cool space dog. This is the new... What's this news? Okay. This is news is that there's someone named E. Smitty. And they're working with Kristen Egger Hansen. I'm not sure exactly what they're working with them with. It was like This guy is like, he's kind of famous. He's got the 179,000 followers, and I hadn't heard of him, so I checked him out to see how famous he is, and he's famous enough to have a Wikipedia, but not famous enough that it's very large. He is famous enough to have a stub Wikipedia, which is more famous than most people in BSV, so we're lucky to have him, apparently. The background to this sounds cool. This sounds cool. So, I don't know, he makes cool sounds, apparently. I think he's a producer. Yeah, he's a producer. He's a super producer. So, we got a super producer we're hanging out with somehow. And this is, I don't know what this is just one of those mysteries. This is Roy Murphy, who is a very early miner and has so much of the Bitcoin. I mean, not like Craig levels. Craig said this thing about how much Bitcoin he has that made me think, you know how Craig is super literal. I'm talking about Craig Wright, who is Satoshi Nakamoto, the inventor of Bitcoin. Sorry about the confusion. Sorry, it was Craig who confused you. It's Craig's fault. Everything's Craig's fault. It is his fault, but not in the way you think. It's very complex. And so Craig said something that made me think recently. He said, he was on stage somewhere, and you know how Craig is pretty literal about what he says, and he said the amount of Bitcoin he has is more than anyone has guessed. Now, how much have you guessed? Because I guessed like 5 million, and people have guessed like 7 million. So 8 million? Maybe more than anyone has ever guessed. He's got a bunch of them, but Roy Murphy has like hundreds of thousands of them because he mined super early when no one cared. And I don't know what this means. I don't think I'm supposed to. This is like you publish it ahead of time to prove that you did. So here, this is more proof. It was in this video even. For sure, definitely happened back now. If that's what's meant to be demonstrated, then there you go. It has been demonstrated, and then it can be revealed what this meant in the future. Bitcoin mysteries, the power of Bitcoin to create mystery and drama. This is an AI writing a rhyme about hand cash. Write a poem about hand cash is the prompt, and then the AI answers, a new way to pay. It's called hand cash. It's fast and secure, and it's here to stay. No more waiting in line, no more cards or cash. Just scan the QR code, and you're ready to dash. So, not quite putting... My husband's a poet. Not quite putting him out of business yet, but that's cute. That's cute that the AIs are writing poems. It's got a very confused rhyme scheme. The rhyme scheme is like there's this AA rhyme, and then is this cash supposed to rhyme with a cash and dash in the next stanza? Anyway, good job, AI. You tried. It's gonna get way better, way too fast. And this news is we're heading towards the 12th of December. The 12th of December is the deadline for Bitfinex was like, we are done with having margin trading on BSV. You get done with your margin trading by the 12th. And then this is what's happening is people are leaving, or people or person, entity or entities, perhaps a single coordinated trading group. Who knows exactly, but they are very coordinatedly. The best thing for them to do is to, for them in terms of their money, I believe, is to smoothly transition until the 12th when they must leave. So that's them doing it. They're somehow successfully coordinated to do that. I don't think they would need to coordinate because you can just do it based on what other people are doing. But I don't know. I'm not an expert in how margin trading works. But anyway, they're going to be done with margins on Bitfinex on the 12th of December, which will make the price more volatile and interesting. I don't know if it'll make it more accurate in any real sense, but it'll make it more interesting. This news is that there is something called Vala, VALA.ai. It's some sort of prediction market. It's new to me, so there you go, news. This news is that there's a place in Berlin where they hang out about BSV. I guess it's some office space, and they were playing Monster Bombs. That looks super fun because that's that's a big screen. So I guess the news is they're having fun in Berlin. This is just someone posting. I assume these are AI art. They look like Mid-Journey style. Isn't that Mid-Journey style? But I thought they were super good. Aren't these interesting? I liked their style of AI art. And they're new to me. I hadn't heard of this person, even though 27,511, if that's a Twitch ID, would indicate they've been around for a while, but they're new to me and only have 100 followers. This is... The news here is that I said that Bloom has been dressed this way too long, and since Electronium Belgium said that he needs a winter hat, I thought I get very few requests about what the dogs should do. So I thought if anybody said I should do something, that I should. Where's Bloom? Bloom is not. That's not true. Bloom is not dressed like that anymore. Don't believe it. This is, for some reason, you got to reload and then you can see what Bloom is wearing now. Now Bloom is dressed like this with the Woof Series Championship hat, but I'm going to change Woof into the winter hat if I can find it. These are the comments people sold. This is Overlord sold me many comments. Thank you, Overlord. I mean, I paid him, but also thank you, because that's still a lot of work sending me all this stuff. Thank you, Overlord. So Overlord sent me all these, and those aren't warm winter hats. Bloom needs a warm hat. So if I can find the winter hats and all of this commons junk. By the way, anybody who wants commons are now common property now. You ask me or anyone for commons, and if they don't have commons to give you, then say, why don't you have commons to give me? Mungo Jellies is giving out commons. Go ask Mungo Jelly for commons so that you can give me commons. And that person will go to me, and they'll ask me for commons, and I'll give commons to that person, and that person will be like, fine. I have a bunch of commons now because Mungo Jelly gave them to me, and now I can give them to you. So anybody who wants to be someone who gives out commons to people, I have a bunch of them now, and I will give you these commons, and then they'll be out of the way, because Durodogs hasn't made a search thing yet to search for your things, and then I will be able to find the winter hats, and my dog's ears are so cold. My dog's ears are going to be so cold until you take all these commons. You've got to take all these commons from me, so that, oh, there they are. Okay, well, my dog's ears are fine now, because I found the winter hat, but still, you should still... It goes kind of funny with the mining goggles, so maybe I should keep working on this outfit. But you should take all of these comments from me and hand them out to people. Get people into the game and give them all the commons, because now it used to be a game where you had to get the commons by getting treats, but now it's a game where you just save up your treats for the items that don't make people spend their treats on commons. Give people the commons, and then they can use their treats to get the other stuff that matters. We should tell the people coming into the game, like, no, don't get comments. Here's all your comments, and you want to save up, and the good thing to get now is the bucket hats or the mohawks or whatever. Express your opinion about... I would rather get the bucket hats than the mohawks at those treats prices. But you express your opinion to the newbies and tell them what's good to get. This news is that someone made a site called bsvsearch.com where you can, I think it's just a place where you list yourself, what you do. You can list your auto repair shop. There's someone's fire and grill. I don't know if those are real things. This is like brand new, I think. And you can list, I'm pretty sure these are not real yet, because this is a lorem ipsum. See? It's a vera subsipsid. This is in Latin, which I assume is because it's a lorem ipsum, because I assume these are not really items for sale yet, but this is a place that just started, so you can come here and list your items for sale, and there will be, or maybe it's a place where people are listing their items for sale who speak Latin. That is also a possibility, so you check this out if you speak Latin, and maybe that's a cool site to buy your Latin stuff. This Ed Skilli made this edit. I don't understand. Who is that exactly? Sorry, I don't follow soccer, as we call it here. In my crude country, we call it soccer and don't pay attention. And I don't quite know who that is. But this, I guess Skilli has the same, has the number 10, and this player is number 10. So that would be the best one to have, apparently. Number zeros are cool to have, and if you have a number that matches the number of the thing that the thing is of, then that's a cool one to have. This is super cool. This is an AI tool that makes you enter. It's 2 cents. 2 cents per AI. What should we buy? What AI should we buy? I want an AI. Give me an AI. I already thought I connected earlier. Give me an AI. Well, this is an AI. I guess I'm gonna say send more dogs. Let's see what it sends. It's gonna send a send more dogs is being sent by the AI. The AI is sending a send more dogs to send more dogs. If you don't send dogs to send more dogs, I will more dogs. What? More noise, more boys, more dogs. See? All right. So there. If you don't send dogs to send more dogs, then I'll just have robots send dogs to send more dogs. So there's no hope of escaping send more dogs, because the robots will send dogs to send more dogs, even if you try to escape. This news is that Craig Wright sent someone 11 Satoshi. Craig Wright sent Brian 11 Satoshi because Brian said that they got 24 Satoshi, and that was the smallest payment they'd ever received. And then Craig Wright sent 11. And then people were like, 11? Why? You can send 1. I don't know. Maybe he was just politely leaving room for other people to play by sending him smaller amounts. To be, if you give 1, then that's the smallest amount until the future when we make sub Satoshis somehow. But if you say 11, then you can keep playing by sending smaller amounts. I don't know. Yay. More mystery and excitement. It's exciting when Craig Wright sends anyone anything. Here, you wanted Satoshi to send someone Satoshis? He just did it. He sent someone 11 Satoshis. Are you satisfied now? No, you're not. Yay. Craig sent someone 11 Satoshis. This news is, Skilli got another crown. I think Skilli already had crowns, but Skilli got more crowns and has invented this way of this. This person says they saw that it was a steal. I guess this crown was a steal. Does that mean it was only $500 instead of $1,000? I don't know. The number 2 crown was a steal, and Skilli got it and put it on this fancy dog, and then put the fancy dog in Super Mario Brothers. And that is the news. The end of the news. There, I did the news all together, and then pretty much there's some silly dog stuff in the middle of the news. I'm not sure if I should do the news all together so that if someone doesn't want to see silly dog stuff, they can just go to the part with the news. And it starts as news. Or not. Like what I was saying about Frank Moore and other shamans and people who know how to hide things. Like Craig Wright with his Sartre essay and so forth, with that red herring in the Sartre essay. Clever people like that are hiding things. So, and I think maybe I have an intuition that maybe the best thing to do is to just hide behind the cute dogs and not try to be like, here's where you can go straight to the news in case you want to be all newsy. Who needs all that news energy, right? Why is this even a news show? I don't know. Who knows if this will be a news show forever. This could turn into a less newsy show where there's just, I think what we should do is just make this into a hanging out show. Oh, I invented something called dog parties. This is a very important invention. Pay attention to my important invention. A dog party is when you go on Zoom or whatever, or Google Hangouts or whatever, and you play. Everybody plays screen shares and plays durodogs, and you don't show yourself and you don't say any human words. You just can only say woof. Everybody just comes to say woof and play durodogs. So it's a low stress gathering. If you hear that there's a dog party, you don't have to be like, oh, am I dressed appropriately for the dog party? Do I have anything to say at the dog party? Will people be like, no, don't leave yet? If I leave the dog party, people can't say don't leave yet. If you say woof, by which you mean I'm leaving the dog party, then all that they can say in response is woof. So it's like being a dog, which is relatively low stress. And we as humans can let go of our stress We don't have to, even though it's the singularity. Thanks for giving me Witty, Chrissy. Chrissy's sent me Witty. Witty is this awesome dog. You can send a dog to the show, or you can not send a dog to the show, or you can receive a dog from the show. You can lend a dog to the show for a while. Talk to me first, though, or else I'll just steal your dog, because I'll forget to give it back to you. This is JJ. Maria sent JJ. JJ is looking like a punk miner. Looks kind of steampunk. Those are cool steampunk glasses. And so this is we're all gonna work together and have dog parties where we hang out, which is it seems frivolous. This is from Rodell. Rodell gave me baby loves. Thanks, Rodell. It seems frivolous and silly, and it seems like I'm saying saying it in a silly voice, okay? But what I'm saying is that we need to escape from all the evil megacorps who are going to control us. And the only way to escape from the evil megacorps is to work really fast together to escape. So we have to all work together, even though I'm saying it in a silly voice. All the trolls will be scared off and will be like, I will not take this seriously or respond to it or do anything to obstruct it because of this silly voice. Thanks for this dog, Skilli. Skilli sent me 2 dogs by now. Wow. Who's send more dogs? In order to send more dogs than the other people who have sent dogs, you have to send at least 3 dogs, because Ava sent me 2 dogs. Ava sent me Snow and Dracula. So if you want, and Skilly sent me 2 dogs. So if you want to send more dogs, and whatever the title of the show means to you, if you want it to mean that you send more dogs than anyone else, then you're going to have to send 3 dogs, because there's 2 people who are up to sending 2 dogs each. So good luck. I bet Kristen could beat all of you. Kristen could give me thousands of dogs. Kristen, if you're watching, you're rich. It would be exciting for this show if you sent 1,000 dogs. Send 1,000 dogs. I don't really know if you should. That would be too many dogs. Don't actually do that. Don't send me dogs in real life. Can't take away of any dogs in real life. Send more dogs. Send pictures of your dogs. Do you have dogs? Does anybody in the audience have a dog? Send me stories about your dog and pictures of your dog. Send more dogs. It's a show about sending dogs. Send more dogs. It's a Send More Dogs show. Send more dogs, send more dogs. It's a show where you send dogs and I send dogs and everyone sends dogs till we all have dogs. A show with extreme continuity. It's just about getting bucket hats. It's certainly not about the singularity or anything scary like that. Send more dogs, send more dogs. It's just a show about sending dogs, send more dogs, more dogs. It's a show. Thanks for tuning into the Send More Dogs show, which has now concluded. You may return to your non-Send More Dogs show activities.